Hello, how are you? I'm fine, thank you. Sit down, please. I'd like to speak English today too, to improve my speaking skill. Let's get it started. Today, it is January 8th, 2023. It's on Sunday today. It's sunny outside. How are you spending Sunday today? Are you still on New Year holiday? Are you still on vacation? Are you still on the New Year holidays? Are you still in New Year holidays? Are you still in New Year vacation? Everybody surprised at the perverse ideas. Everybody surprised at the perverse way of thinking. Everybody was surprised at the perverse way of driving. Perverse, 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 perverse way of thinking, perverse way of thinking, perverse way of thinking, perverse way of thinking, perverse way of thinking. Perverse. No perverse attitude is acceptable. No perverse attitude is acceptable as a receptionist. When I got the perverse hospitality from the receptionist of the hotel, I got depressed. No perverse attitude is acceptable. No perverse attitude is accepted. No perverse way of operation is accepted, tolerable. No perverse way of driving is tolerable. Perverse, 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 perverse way of driving, perverse way of driving, perverse method of driving, perverse, perverse way of thinking, perverse attitude, perverse attitude, perverse way of thinking, perverse attitude. No one will accept your perverse attitude. Nobody will accept your perverse attitude. You need to change your perverse attitude. Otherwise, everybody will go away from you, go away from you. Perverse. His idea used to be thought, deemed, viewed, regarded, seen as perverse, but it turned out to be breakthrough. The car cutting in on my lane was perverse. The driver of the car cutting in on me, cutting in on my lane was such perverse. The car driver cutting on my lane was perverse. Perverse. The car driver cutting on my lane, cutting on my lane is perverse. Cutting on the queue without permission is rude, perverse. Cutting on the lane without permission is perverse. Cutting on the queue without permission is perverse. Perverse, 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 perverse. Cutting on the queue without permission is perverse. Perverse, perverse, perverse. Perverse, 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 perverse. Cutting on the queue without permission is perverse. Cutting on the lane, cutting on the queue without permission is perverse, perverse. I try to improve perverse attitude one by one. I'm trying to improve, fix, amend my perverse things one by one in order to reach perfection. I try to improve, remove my perverse things, attitude, stuff, and so on in order to approach the perfection. I try to remove perverse things in me one by one gradually in order to reach perfection. I make it a rule to remove perverse things in me gradually one by one so as to reach perfection. There are always a couple of perverse things in everybody because we are not perfect at all. We can improve such perverse things one by one, gradually. I try to improve perverse things in me. Perverse things in me. I try to improve perverse things in me. I try to improve perverse things in me. I try to improve, remove perverse things in me. Perverse, 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 perverse. I try to remove perverse things in me. I try to remove perverse things, perverse stuffs in me. I try to remove perverse stuff, perverse stuff in me gradually so as to reach perfection. Approach perfection. I try to remove perverse things in me so as to approach perfection. I try to remove perverse things in me, perverse stuffs in me, perverse stuffs in me. I try to remove perverse stuffs in me. I autonomous financially. I'm afraid that more autonomous machines or robots might replace us with as new workers. I'm afraid that more autonomous machines or robots might replace us as new workers, leading to a lot of layoffs. More and more autonomous machines will be developed, which will make our life more convenient. More and more autonomous vehicles will be developed, which help especially the elderly people secure means of transportation in countryside. The future autonomous vehicles might make it possible to send goods to middle of the mountain. Autonomous system, autonomous driving system. Does your car have autonomous driving system? Does your car have autonomous driving system? Does your car have autonomous driving system? Autonomous robot, autonomous robots, autonomous air conditioner, autonomous car, automated driving, self-driving, autonomous driving, autonomous vehicles, autonomous vehicles, autonomous vehicles, autonomous vehicles, autonomous vehicles, autonomous, autonomous vehicles. Not even the genius student in the class could not solve the question. Not even the most genius student in the class couldn't make heads or tails of the question. Not even the most genius student in the class couldn't come in the top 10 in the ranking. I can swim not even 100 meters. I can swim not even 100 meters. I could eat not even a piece of cake when I was ill of flu. I could eat not even a piece of cake when I was full. I didn't know even I didn't know not even I didn't know not even a verb in the grammar. I didn't know even the grammar. I didn't know even the grammar. I knew not even the grammar. Not even the genius student in the class could comprehend the question. Not even the most genius student in the class couldn't pass the examination. If I could restart my life again, I would try to enter the Japan Tourism Agency or the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan. If I could go back to 2022, I would try to get qualification. If I could go back to 2020, I would try to get the qualification before it turned 2023. If I were a bird, I would fly to your window. I would fly to the window of your room and wake you up every morning. If you had obeyed the rule, this accident could not have happened. If you had followed my advice, the accident would not have happened. If I had had a job hunting at that time, what I am now could not have been made. What I am now could not have been made if I had entered a normal company. With a job hunting, what I am now could not have been made. Do you like the attractions in amusement parks such as roller coasters, free fall, and so on? Which attraction in the amusement park do you like? I like such attractions as roller coaster, haunted house, and so on. I like especially haunted house, which excites me a lot. Which attraction do you like? I like such attractions as haunted house and roller coaster, which excite me a lot. How about merry-go-round? Merry-go-round is too childish for me. It circulates very slow, and I feel embarrassed while taking it. When I was small, I used to like it, but I'm embarrassed to take the attraction because everyone will look at us taking the merry-go-round. But it's okay. It's cute. Merry-go-round of the same thing is very important when it comes to learning languages. Merry-go-round repetition is one of the ways to memorize the vocabulary and so on. Endless merry-go-round of something is a symbol of curiosity, feature of curiosity, sign of curiosity. Forever, perpetual, eternal, forever merry-go-round of something is the proof of your curiosity, of the curiosity. Forever merry-go-round is the evidence of the curiosity. If you are really into something, you will never forget doing that. Forever merry-go-round. Forever merry-go-round. Merry-go-round of the same textbook is essential to master a language. I usually memorize vocabularies with merry-go-round of the same things. I usually memorize vocabularies with merry-go-round over and over again. Time and time and again, over and again. Many precursors appeared, rose ahead. In the mid 20th century. Izumo no Okuni is said to be the precursor of kabuki actor in Kyoto. Izumo no Okuni is said to be the precursor of kabuki actress. Izumo no Okuni, a female entertainer, is said to be the kabuki actress, precursor of the kabuki actress. 出雲の奥に who is a woman in Kyoto is said to be the precursor of kabuki. Kabetzuyaki is said to be the precursor of okonomiyaki. Kabetzuyaki is said to be the precursor of okonomiyaki. Kabetzuyaki, a kind of Japanese pancake, is said to be the precursor of okonomiyaki, similar food. Kabetzuyaki includes mostly only cabbage and butter, compared to okonomiyaki with more ingredients. Kabetzuyaki is simpler, almost only with cabbage as ingredient. Do you want to be a precursor? Precursor. Becoming a precursor is one of the ways to earn money. Becoming a precursor will might involve embarrassment, courage, brave, and so on. Becoming a precursor is the key to success financially, economically. But it will also include risk, because there is not much information or precedent and so on. Becoming a precursor is the key to success or failure, because there is no much information, precedent, and so on. So it's like taking a chance. Becoming a precursor is one of the ways to success or failure, because there is no much information and precedent. Precursor. I'd like to be the precursor of my idea. I'd like to be the precursor in the field. What is the first precursor? Who is the first precursor of the English Conversation Cafe? Who is the precursor who developed air conditioner? Who is the precursor? Who is said to be the precursor of air conditioner? Precursor. Those 4 people became the precursors of the revolution. Becoming a precursor is very important in business before rivals appear. Becoming a precursor is very important in business before rivals go ahead. I'm going to continue your career. Yes, I will continue my career. I'm going to continue my English study forever. If you are really into that, you will continue that forever, eternally, perpetually. Please do not do damage to innocent people. The worst thing is that innocent people will get hurt, will get wounded, will get damaged. The worst thing is that innocent people will also get damaged. I think some successful people do not consider well before making a big decision. I think many successful people take an action before considering well. Please put it in perspective. Do you try to put everything in perspective? Do you try to put everything in perspective? Let me take it in consideration. Let me take it into account. Did you take the amount of money into consideration? Did you take the amount of money into account? Did you take the weather condition into account? Did you take the weather condition into consideration? No weapons are allowed to bring in the cabinet, into the cabin. No flammable items are allowed to bring in. No flammable items are allowed to bring in. No flammable items, explosives, and weapon-like goods are allowed to bring into the cabin. Even weapon-like lighters are not allowed to bring into the cabin. Do you think another life will exist in other planets? The astronomers believe there are unidentified lives in other planets. Do you believe there are lives created in other planets? Do you think there are other lives? Do you think there are lives in other planets? Unidentified lives in other places, other planets. Do you believe there are unidentified lives in other planets? Do you believe in intelligent life exists in other planets? Intelligent life exists. Do you believe intelligent life exists in other planets? Do you believe that intelligent life exists in other planets? My original purpose to enter the university was to make the best a pair of speakers in the world. The original purpose to enter the university was to learn about audiovisual. The original purpose of entering the university was to learn about audiovisual. My ideas are always original, beyond description. Too original to be understood by everyone else. My ideas are too original to be understood by others. My ideas are always too original to be understood by others. My ideas are always too original to be understood by others. My ideas are always too original to be comprehended by others. The plan was changed drastically from the original. The plan was changed drastically from the original one. The plan has been changed thoroughly from the original one. The plan has been changed drastically, thoroughly from the original one. Original, original, original. Original, 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 original. Each musician has their own original style. Each musician has their own original style. Each musician has their own original style, which is very interesting. Which is one of the interesting things. Each musician has their own original style. Original cause of atomic dermatitis hasn't been found. I hope the original cause of atomic dermatitis eczema will be found soon and to eradicate this disease perfectly for patients, including me. I hope the original cause of atomic dermatitis will be found and which help to eradicate this disease perfectly. Originally, I wanted to study about audiovisual at the university, but in the course of the dates in the university, I changed my mind. My interest changed. Originally, I wanted to learn about audiovisual electrical things at the university, but in the course during the university days, I changed my mind. My interest changed. Where are you from originally? I'm originally from Japan. I'm from originally Japan. Originally. I'm from originally Japan. I am originally from Japan. I am originally from Japan. My original purpose of entering the university was to learn about audiovisual. My original purpose of entering the university was that I wanted to learn about audiovisual, about electricity. Originally, I had interest in learning about audiovisual at the university, but during the university era, I changed my mind. Originality, individual originality should be nurtured at school, not destroyed. Each originality should be nurtured, especially in art. How can I show the originality of the art? How can I prove the originality of the art? Where can I know the originality of my art? How can I know the originality of the art? How can I know the originality of the art? I'd like to know if the art I have is original or not. I'd like to know whether the art is the originality or not. I'd like to know whether the art I have is originality or not. I'd like to know whether the art I have is originality or not. I'd like to know whether the art I have is originality or not. I'd like to know whether the art I have is originality or not. Originality. Each originality should be nurtured, not be destroyed. Each originality should be nurtured. Each originality should be nurtured and brought out by teachers at school. Each originality should be nurtured and brought out by teachers. Each originality should be brought out and nurtured by teachers. Each originality should be brought out and nurtured. Originality, originality, originality. Originality is one of the factors we can enjoy in artists. It is boring with no originality. My teacher told me there is no originality in my playing. So I try to bring out my originality from the sound of my playing. My teacher advised me that my playing was no originality and to bring out my originality more from my sound. So I try to bring out my originality from the sound. My teacher told me that my playing, the sight playing, was no originality. Was not original at all. So I try to bring out my originality from the sound of my playing. Originality. Originality is one of the interesting things from artists. Originality. Originality. How can I prove the originality of my art? I'd like to know if the art I have is originality or not. How can I know the originality of the art, of the pottery? How can I know the originality of the pottery? Are there someone who can know, who can judge whether the pottery is genuine or fake? How can I know the originality of the pottery? The guest appeared in the TV program to be judged of the pottery. The guest brought in a pottery for it to be judged by the specialist. The guest brought in the pottery to the TV program to know if it was the originality. The guest brought in the pottery to the TV program to know whether it was the originality or not. The guest brought in the pottery to the shop in order to know if it was the originality by the artist. Originality. The customer brought in the seemingly expensive pottery to the shop to know if it was the originality by the artist. The customer brought in a seemingly expensive pottery to the shop to know if it was the originality by the artist. Originality. Originality. I like the originality of the musician. Which originality of the musician do you like? Which originality of the musician do you like? Which originalities of musician do you like? Which originality of the artist do you like? I like your originality of the style. I like the originality of your style. I like the originality of the style. Do you like the originality of the visual case style? Do you like the originality of the visual case style, VK style, visual case style? Do you like the originality of the VK style? Do you like the originality of visual case style? Originality. I'd like to know if the pottery I have is the originality by the artist. Where can I know that? I'd like to know if the pottery I have is the originality of the artist by the artist. Where can I know that? Are you interested in artificial intelligence? AI. AI stands for artificial intelligence, right? Does FBI stand for Federal Bureau of Investigation, right? Does CEO stand for Chief Executive Officer? Does CFO stand for Chief Financial Officer, right? Chief Financial Officer. Intelligence. Artificial intelligence is improving gradually. I'm afraid artificial intelligence might take over the society. I'm afraid artificial intelligence might take over human beings. Do you believe there are intelligent lives existing in other planets? Do you believe there are intelligent lives existing other planets? Intellectual life. Do you believe there are intellectual lives in other planets? Do you believe there are intelligent lives in other planets? Do you believe that there are intelligent lives in other planets? Do you believe that there are intelligent lives in other planets? Do you believe that there are intelligent lives in other planets other than the Earth? Some people believe so. So do I. I could hardly understand what the lecturer was explaining. Neither could I, nor could I. I don't either. Intelligent. I wish I were as intelligent as you. I wish I were as intelligent as the student from Tokyo University. I wish I were as intelligent as those in Harvard University. Can I be as intelligent as you by training? Can I be as intelligent as artificial intelligence with training, studying, and so on? Can I be as intelligent as you or some successful people? Can I become as intelligent as those from the University of Tokyo or Oxford or Massachusetts Institute of Technology with effort and training and studying? Intelligent life. Intelligent life. Do you believe there are intelligent lives existing on other planets? Do you believe intelligent lives exist in other planets? Do you believe intelligent lives exist in other planets? Do you believe intelligent lives exist in other planets? Intelligent life. Intelligent life. Do you believe there are intelligent lives in other planets other than the Earth? Do you believe intelligent lives exist other than the Earth in other planets? Do you believe that there are intelligent lives in other planets except for the Earth? Do you believe that there are intelligent lives in other planets other than the Earth? Do you believe that there are intelligent lives in the other planets except for the Earth? Intelligent life. I'm expecting intelligible explanation from you. The guests are expecting intelligible explanation and way of application intelligible explanation, intelligible application, intelligible way of 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 application. The customers are expecting intelligible way of application of the benefit to get the benefit. Intelligible. I don't recommend that you ask a question to the employee, because once he starts explaining, he will continue explaining until the sun goes down. Besides that, his explanation is not intelligible. Intelligible. You are anything but foolish. You are anything but foolish. You are by no means too late to start anything. You are anything but too late to start anything. You are anything but late to start anything. You are by no means late to start anything. You are by no means late to start anything. You are anything but late to start anything. Intelligible. Intelligible. I expected more intelligible, conciser explanation. Although I expected intelligible explanation from textbook, but I could not understand it, so I directly went to the professor to ask for conciser explanation. Thanks to the intelligible explanation from the professor, I could understand the difficult question, math question. Intelligible, 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 intelligible explanation is welcome. I had to use intelligible vocabularies, not difficult ones. The key to the speaking test is that using intelligible vocabularies, not difficult ones. The key to the second stage of the test, speaking test, is to use concise and intelligible vocabularies, words, sentences, and so on. The key to the second stage of the examination, speaking test, is to use intelligible words, not difficult ones. Intelligible, 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 intelligible. I try to make an intelligible speech, intelligible answer. The scientists try to make an intelligible explanation of what was going in the universe. The meteorologist explained concisely. The meteorologist made an intelligible explanation to the viewers, audiences. Intelligible, 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 intelligible. Intelligible, intelligible, intelligible explanation, intelligible explanation, intelligible explanation, intelligible, 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 intelligible. Such an intelligible explanation. Such an intelligible explanation. The explanation written on the textbook was not intelligible at all. intelligible, intelligible. The layout is more intelligible than before, than previous one. The leaflet is more intelligible than before. The method, the way to apply for the benefit is more intelligible than before. It was improved. The procedure to apply for the document is more intelligible this time than before. The procedure to apply for the benefit is more intelligible than that of before. Intelligible, 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 intelligible. I usually take trains as a means to travel, as a means for travel. I usually take trains as a means for travel. Which means do you like to use for your traveling? Plane is common as a means for traveling abroad. There are some means available. There are some ways available to go to Tokyo. There are some means available to go to Tokyo. Ways and means. Ways and means. The millionaire wanted to get the masterpiece at all cost, at any cost, in any way, in any way, at all cost, at any cost. Many events were held on a smaller scale last year due to the pandemic. Many events were held on a smaller scale, on a smaller scale. Do you have a scale to measure the amount of water, to measure the water? Do you have a scale to measure the powder of the coffee powder? I'd like to scale, I'd like to measure, I'd like to weigh the coffee powder. Do you have a scale? Do you have a scale to measure the coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the coffee powder, to weigh the major powder, to weigh the coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the coffee powder, the weight of the coffee powder, to to calculate the volume of the container, multiply the length by the depth and width. Do you have a scale to measure the volume of the coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the volume of the coffee powder? Do you have a scale? Cause I want to measure the amount of coffee powder. Do you have a scale? Because I want to measure the volume of coffee powder. The newly being established shopping mall is on unprecedented scale. It's an unprecedented scale. Unprecedented scale of project is being done. Unprecedented scale of project is underway. I saw a cat scaling the ladder. I saw a cat scaling the tree. I saw a cat scaling the ladder. 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 I saw a cat scaling the steps. I saw a cat scaling the tree. I saw a monkey scaling the tree. I saw a monkey scaling the tree. Your skill of playing the piano might be seen through only by playing the scale. My skill of playing the piano might be seen through just by me playing the scale. My skill at playing the piano might be seen through just by me playing the scale. Do you have a scale to measure the volume of coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the volume of the coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the volume of coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the volume of coffee powder? Do you have a scale to measure the volume of coffee powder? I saw a cat scaling the ladder. I saw a cat scaling the steps. The small cat is afraid of scaling the steps. Scale. Many events were held on a smaller scale 2 years ago. Many events took place or were cancelled. Many events took place on a smaller scale or were cancelled last year. Some animals are very functional enough to scale the tree. Some animals are physically very functional enough to scale the trees. Snoring sound never fails to get on my nerves. Snoring sound never fails to get on my nerves. Snoring sound gets on my nerves perfectly. Snoring sound gets on my nerves perfectly. Don't get in my way. The blockages on the road were in the place of the pedestrians and commuters. The blockages, obstacles on the road were in the way of the commuters, in the driver's way, in the commuter's way. The blockages, obstacles on the road were in the driver's way, commuter's way. I was surprised at the 4WD car scaling the steep slope. I was astonished by the 4WD car scaling the steep slope. It was surprising of the 4WD car to scale such a steep slope. It was kind of you to carry the luggage for the elderly woman. It is difficult for me to understand native speakers speaking so fast. It is so difficult for me to understand the native speakers speaking so fast. It was sensible of you to ignore the scammers. It was sensible of you to ignore the scammers. I was astonished. I was stunned by the 4WD car scaling the steep slope, steep slope, steep slope, steep slope, steep slope, steep slope, steep slope. Steep slope. Some animals are very functional enough to climb the trees, enough to be able to scale the trees easily. The cheetah scaled the tree so fast, so quickly. I was surprised at the cheetah scaling the tree so fast. I was surprised to see the cheetah scaling the tree so fast. I was surprised at the cheetah scaling the tree so fast, so quickly, to chase the animal. The cheetah scaled the tree so fast. The cheetah scaled the tree so fast, so fast. The cheetah scaled the ladder so fast. The cheetah scaled the tree 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 so fast. No one could understand my concept. Not many people will understand the concept of my idea. Some concept cars will be announced in the fair tomorrow. Concept. An abstract 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 concept. I don't like either subtracting and adding. I don't like subtracting, adding, multiplying, and dividing figures. I think many people are good at adding figures, but some of them are bad at subtracting. I think some people are good at multiplying figures, but not dividing. Concept. Create the concept. Concept art. Conceptual art. I try to explain the concept of my idea. I try to explain the concept of the imagination. The scientists are trying to explain the concept of the black hole. Not many people might not be able to understand the concept of the black hole. Conceptual art. Do you like conceptual art? Are you interested in the conceptual art? Conceptual. Are you interested in conceptual art? Are you interested in conceptual art? Are you interested in conceptual art? Conceptual. 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 Are you interested in conceptual art? Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual measure. Conceptual approach. Conceptual. 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 Could you make an example sentence by using conceptual? Could you make a sentence? Could you make an example sentence using conceptual? Conceptual activity. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual art. Conceptual art. Conceptual art. Conceptual art. Conceptual architecture. Conceptual architecture. Do you have the interest in conceptual architecture? Where can I see the real concept? Where can I see conceptual architecture? Which museum can I see conceptual architecture? Which museum can I see the conceptual architecture in? In which museums can I see the conceptual architecture? In which museum can I see the conceptual architecture? Conceptual architecture. Conceptual art. Conceptual art. Conceptual artist. Conceptual basis. Conceptual. Conceptual approach. Conceptual. Could you make an example sentence by using conceptual? Conceptual. Conceptual design. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual approach. Conceptual. Conceptual. conceptual, 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 conceptual approach, conceptual architecture. Conceptual art, conceptual art, conception. What is the difference between concept and conception? Conception. My ideas are usually beyond conception to ordinary people. My ideas are usually beyond conception, beyond the reach of imagination, beyond the reach of imagination. Out of imagination, beyond the reach of imagination, beyond the reach of understanding, beyond the reach of imagination, beyond the reach of description. My ideas are usually beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception. My ideas are usually beyond conception to many people. My ideas are usually beyond conception. My ideas are usually beyond conception. My ideas are usually beyond conception. Beyond conception to many people. My ideas are usually beyond conception to many people. My ideas are usually beyond conception to many people. The universe will be beyond conception. The universe is beyond conception. What it looks like at the edge of the universe is beyond conception. What it looks like the inside of the black hole is the beyond conception. What it looks like, what it looks like, what it looks like, what it looks like, what it looks like the inside of the black hole and the edge of the universe are the beyond conception. Beyond conception, 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 conception, beyond 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 conception. Beyond conception, beyond conception. beyond conception. My ideas are usually beyond conception to many people. My ideas are usually beyond conception to many people. Beyond conception. What it looks like, what's it going on, what it looks like, the edge of the, what the edge of the universe looks like, it's beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception, beyond conception. The scientists are trying to conceptualize the mystery. The scientists are trying to conceptualize the mystery. The scientists are trying to conceptualize the mystery. The scientists are trying to conceptualize the black hole, the phenomenon. The scientists are trying to conceptualize the phenomenon, the mysterious phenomenon. The scientists are trying to conceptualize the mysterious phenomenon. Conceptualize, 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 conceptualize. The scientists succeeded in conceptualizing the mysterious phenomenon. The scientists succeeded in conceptualizing the mysterious phenomenon. Conceptualize, conceptualize. The scientists succeeded in conceptualizing the mysterious phenomenon. The scientists succeeded in conceptualizing the mysterious phenomenon. Conceptualize, 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 conceptualize. Can you conceptualize the edge of the universe? Can anybody 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 conceptualize the edge of the universe? End of the universe. Conceptualize, 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 conceptualize. The phenomenon was conceptualized 2 years ago. The phenomenon hasn't been conceptualized yet. The phenomenon hasn't been conceptualized yet. The phenomenon hasn't been conceptualized yet. What I'm going to explain from now is not conceptualized yet. So you will find it difficult to understand. You you will find difficulty in understanding, but refer to that as an example, as an opinion from me, okay? Please take it as an opinion from me. What I'm going to tell you is not conceptualized yet, so you will find difficulty in understanding, but just refer to it casually. Just listen to me casually. There are many things not yet conceptualized in the universe. There are many things not yet conceptualized out there in the universe. There are many things, many stuffs, which have not been yet conceptualized up there. Not been conceptualized yet. Not conceptualized yet. There are many stuffs not conceptualized yet. Which have not been conceptualized yet. Conceptualize. Many difficult things have been conceptualized by genius people. Many things were conceptualized by many genius people. Many difficult things were conceptualized by many genius people in the past, and now too. Many difficult things I cannot understand were conceptualized by genius people. Many difficult things which I cannot understand forever were conceptualized by genius people. Many difficult things which I cannot understand were conceptualized by genius people. Do you like to conceptualize? Some people like to conceptualize. Some people like conceptualizing. Conceptualize. Conceptualize. It's impossible to conceptualize that. Is it possible to conceptualize a phenomenon? Conceptualize my style of music. Nobody could conceptualize my style of music. Conceptualize. 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 The scientists are trying to conceptualize. The scientists are trying to conceptualize. The scientists have been conceptualizing since a long time ago. The scientists are trying to conceptualize. The scientists are trying to conceptualize. The scientists have been conceptualizing from a long time ago. The scientists have been conceptualizing since a long time ago. Okay, I will finish speaking here. Thank you for watching. See you next time. See you.